Good evening. The Town of Cromwell Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting of Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. I'm calling to order. Alice Kelly, Chair.
Mike Canada.
Richard Nordman.
John Comtois, alternate.
Ann Grasso.
Nick Dimitriadis.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to have a motion to seat our alternate, Jonathan.
So moved.
Second,
No,
please.
It's, yeah, John, that's right.
Okay, a second on that, please.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Town Planner, anything to add to the agenda?
I have one change. We would like to move up application 26-01, application for site plan approval for a new sign at 80 Shunpike Road.
And would you like to move that up to right after the Director, Planning and Development report, right to the
Sure,
top?
yeah, that would be great.
Okay,
So we're gonna move that to
right, 7A.
7A. Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and there's no other changes?
None.
Okay, and moving on, public comments? None? Okay. Development Officers Report?
Hi, good evening. If you have any questions on what was included in your packet, we can review it and discuss it. Other than that, I have nothing to report.
Does any member have anything to ask our CEO?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
good.
So, once upon a time, we had some action and issues with 101 South Street. That's near the intersection of Lincoln. And I forgot to bring it up the last meeting, but bottom line is I took a ride by Piney Ridge off of took South Street off of Main Street, went by Piney Ridge, because that was something that we had action on last week, or last meeting.
Yep.
As I was approaching Allen Road, I almost hit a turkey. There were turkeys in the road, and they are evidently living at 101. So I was looking at 101 with a little more than I would normally look at it, and this was before the snow. So right now you drive by and it doesn't look bad. Before the snow, it's pretty bad.
Resembling a dump site.
Resembling a very, very unkempt spot that somebody is feeding things to animals, and there's animals all over the place. There's wrappers all over the place. Overall, just an unsanitary condition.
There's motor vehicle parts, there's
Everything.
Discarded, unused household appliances, major appliances.
All of the above.
Things of that, and thank you for bringing this up. It's an item which is, had a location, I should say, that has received thousands of dollars of fines, which went to the hearing officer, and he assessed those fines, and that was sent to court, and we're waiting for the town attorney to take action on this, because the issuance of fines did nothing to bring about compliance, so.
Did the fines ever get paid?
No.
Okay, so at the end of the day, this rests with the town attorney?
At this point, yes.
Would it be appropriate for the chair or myself to make a phone call to our town manager to find out if he can rattle the cage?
I think that would be appropriate. In this case, it would be
Okay.
helpful, especially since the commission's bringing it up, and we continue to receive complaints about the property.
Okay.
Because of its obvious condition.
The other thing I did notice is that there's a very large sign in the front of the property that says eggs for sale.
Yes.
And my question would be, should our health official get involved? Because this is a food item being sold out of a fairly unsavory location. I don't know that that's something that she could act on or not.
I don't know either, but it's certainly worth me referring to the expert source.
Okay.
So thank you.
I have heard Andrew Armstrong, Director of Planning and Development. I did hear from Maura, the town health
Yeah.
department, just, speaking in the hallway, that food stands at homes are exempt from the health department. I don't know if that includes eggs, but the food stands in general are, so.
Well,
follow up with her.
It may be worthwhile for her just to take a ride by and take a look at the overall condition. I mean, the site is definitely, if it isn't blight, it's bordering on blight. It's definitely beyond reasonable. If I was a neighbor, I'd be ballistic.
And unfortunately, the snow makes it look,
Yeah, right now, you're gonna have to wait for the melt, because right now, the snow makes everything
They
look
look-
relatively pristine.
and when did this go to our town council? I mean, to our attorney?
Sometime in the summer,
Excuse me?
sometime in the summer of 2025,
2025?
mid to late summer.
So basically about 5 months ago.
And you've had no reaction from her or anything like that?
I have not heard from the town attorney at all on it, so I don't know if she's initiated anything with the courts, but I have not been made aware of it as the zoning official.
But you should have been, we'll leave that again.
Well, I'll
call
initiate, a phone call to, our town manager to find out what is being done, if anything, and if nothing
Thank you.
is being done, then it needs to be revisited.
Yep. I do know the town manager is concerned with the property as well.
Okay. Well,
At this point, I would like to have a motion from the commission for our vice chairman to call the town manager to find out what the status is of this property, as well as why we have not, our zone enforcement officer has not heard from the town attorney as to what is the status of what is being done, since it's been since 4 months or 6 months. Second on that? Okay, all in favor?
aye.
Okay,
All right, so at the end of the day, I'll follow up on it with,
okay.
town manager Salvatore and see if I can't, rock the cradle a little bit.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Not, not regarding that.
I could tell you that the Popeyes restaurant, there's been no activity over there, Michael.
I've been watching. Watching and waiting.
I know, and they're still, I believe, finishing up the Popeyes at, I think they said it was Weathersfield or Newington or something like that. So that had to be finished, and then they were coming down, but they're about a
Well-
month late from what they said prior to Christmas.
But
so.
let's face it, I
It'll
mean,
happen.
we've had Antarctica weather, you know,
Right, it'll happen.
and the southern chicken are really frozen, so. Okay, anything else for, yes,
Are homeowner association communities exempt from sidewalk clearance during snowstorms,
that's,
if they're private roads?
That's a good question, but the police enforce that, so you'd have to direct that through.
Oh, I don't know if that was
I-
a zoning issue or
No.
if that was a, okay, it's
So I-
not, okay.
That's an
I don't-
ordinance.
That's an ordinance
It's
issue.
an ordinance.
Okay.
I don't know what's included in the ordinance that they enforce.
Oh, I can look up the ordinance, but I didn't know if that was, okay.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I've got a feeling because it's a private road, you
Yeah.
take care of your own plowing and everything, right?
Yes, they do.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a feeling that
The
because
HOA
it's
does.
a private road, that
They
it's
probably
not
don't, yeah.
subject to the ordinance.
Right, it's
It's
only if,
not a public way.
right, if it's only, if the road is on, if the sidewalks are on the public road, they definitely have to be cleared.
Yeah, no, I have no
Right.
problem. The town roads and sidewalks look like they've been
Yeah.
pretty well taken care of. I mean, I've seen a few people out there, but I was looking at ours and others that are also privately owned. I was just curious.
You
Alright.
find out,
I will.
if you could, just drop me a line, let me know what you find out.
Right.
I will
Yeah.
let you know.
Thank you.
I will
Thank you.
broadcast
Thank
it,
you.
yes.
Anybody else? Okay, move,
Curiosity question if I
yes, go ahead.
can. That smoke shop on West Street, kinda near where Covenant Living is.
That black thing.
Yeah, that black monstrosity sitting there. What's the status on that, or is there a status on that?
I don't think,
We don't have any information about why they painted it and did the refurb on the interior over the summertime and left it like that, I
It's
don't.
just sitting.
Yeah,
She's
just kinda
sitting.
sitting there.
well.
Just
they-
curious. I mean.
Right, we haven't heard. Have they haven't got a CO for it yet, have they?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, building would handle the CO, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And I don't have any information on that either, but I'll keep my eyes and ears open for it.
Yeah, 'cause I've gone by and I went, what a dreadful looking place to even thought about
No,
going in.
perhaps they realize there's a glut of them in town and they reach maximum
Right.
market.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think any of them are making any money,
No,
to be honest with you.
but it looks
I
scary.
think that ship has sailed.
Okay,
Okay.
town manager?
Director of Planning and Development, report, I really don't have anything. I've got a few things I've put under communications to touch on at the end of the meeting, but nothing in a report tonight.
Okay, now on to the agenda.
Yes, please. And would you like me to read off? Okay. So first, under new business, we're hearing this first tonight with the motion to change application 26-01, application for site plan approval for a new sign at 80 Shunpike Road. The applicant is Darren Senna, Hartford Sign and Design LLC. The owner's Quantum Office of Cromwell LLC.
Just
Am I
wanna hit
close
that-
enough?
Oh, it is on, okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jerianne Williams. I work for Darren Senna, who owns Hartford Sign and Design. I'm the permit expediter. And basically, we have, our client is a company called Ori, and they are proposing some lighted signage on 80 Shunpike Road, which is a large building that I believe is being turned into a medical center. It has a rather large facade, so the signage, and I'm hoping you have your drawings in front of you, because here they are. The signage is towards the third floor. There's spaces on the right and the left-hand side, so that it will be visible for people coming either direction on Shunpike Road. They are going to be face-lit channel letters, and they're attached to raceways and attached to each side. One side will have, the left side has a large number 80, so that if people are keying in on the address number, they can find it. And it features a large red cross, so it looks very medical. And it is named after I guess the gentleman who owns the building, William Coons Jr. I don't know if you have any questions, or it's a fairly straightforward layout.
Either Bruce or Andrew?
So I've reviewed the proposal, and it meets the requirements per our regulation on location and area
And lighting?
and lighting, yes.
Okay, yes, go ahead. Ann?
I'm just curious, I'm sorry, I can't look at you and speak into the mic.
That's okay.
I'm just curious how this sign compares with the sign on the other 70 medical building that just was built.
I don't know. We've just been focusing on this property.
A point of information, the one that was recently built is 80, and that's the subject property that Jerian is speaking of. So number 80 is the one that you have.
Right.
70 is the old building.
It's the original building, original medical building, the old one.
This isn't the original one that we're looking at, this is
The brand new one,
This is the new one,
Middlesex Hospital?
yeah.
yeah.
No, this,
This is,
I believe they've refurbished this building. I don't think it's
I agree with you.
it's
Oh,
not a
this
new
is not,
build.
this is not the brand new one that they did, that went down the hill. This is the old one.
They've kind of refurbed the front of it. the
Right, that's
facade
where
of
they
it.
did this new,
although I apologize, but the numbering is wrong because the old building is 70, the new building is 80.
And I agree with you.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So you have to
Nice
change,
to be agreed with sometimes.
right. You have to change it from a 8 to a 7.
Is that right? Oh, my goodness, okay. Well, this
We'll-
information came from our client,
Right,
so,
we'll check on that
Right.
with you before
Okay.
you go to
Before you
fabrication.
do anything.
very good. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that
Yes.
would be an expensive
That would-
oops.
That would be, maybe we should have it done that way.
Maybe a
Okay.
silly question, and I know it's just a sign, but any environmental issues or anything like that attached to this? I wouldn't think there would be, but figure it can't hurt to ask. I wouldn't think so, but,
Nothing from the information that's been provided to us that would lead us to believe that, no.
right, okay.
Okay. but it meets all of it, so,
Yeah, maybe if Bruce and the chair is agreeable, I would maybe suggest that we just make a condition that the address is changed.
Check
The
the
drawing is changed accordingly.
So my doctor was in the building that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I just looked up the address and
Okay.
according to my contact list, which I could have put it in wrong.
No, I do think it's right. It shows 70 as being the Middlesex, the new Middlesex.
that,
So
the
it's showing
70
70 as a new building?
is the new building and
Okay,
80.
because all through the construction process, the new building, they called it 80.
Oh,
It's so confusing.
right, but that would be
So-
right.
So
Well,
maybe you don't have to
I certainly
change
hope
anything.
Change
that our
it.
client, knows what building he's.
Right, no,
What he
Because he's been
built.
looking at these drawings for
Because that would be
months
right,
and months.
because 80 is here and the new one is down here, so it'd have to be, it couldn't be 80 and 70.
Depends which way the numbers are running on the street. It could be 80 and 70.
Right. No, because I know
Yeah.
how, well,
I guess the bottom line is.
We'll
confirm-
double check.
Confirm it, and
Confirm.
double check it, and triple check
and you'll
it.
get back, right?
Great catch
Measure
by our
twice, cut
commission.
once.
Or somebody
Definitely.
makes a big oops.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for checking,
Okay,
John.
anybody
Yeah,
have any
nice,
other
nice
questions?
catch by our commission.
Thank you.
If not, okay,
No.
motion please.
I'll make a motion to approve application 2601.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. And thank you.
You bet.
We'll double check that number.
Okay. Okay, town planner?
Yeah, and before we start with that, I just wanted, following that application, I just wanted to say that I would recommend in the future that sign applications like this actually come before staff, Bruce, rather than the commission. We really have limited ability to regulate signs. We can't regulate content. We can regulate size, placement, those type of things, but they are black and white in our zoning regulations. So I really feel like it's a standard practice to have the zoning enforcement officer approve signs at an administrative level. I'm thinking when it may be appropriate to come before the commission would be perhaps a change or a new freestanding sign. So you're looking at the location and maybe you have some input on that. But I would suggest that going forward, we approve or we review sign applications administratively through
For
staff.
Staff level approval.
Yes,
That
sir.
would be wonderful.
But can we do?
Yes.
But because of the way, because of the way we have them in our zoning regulations, can we just do that now by a motion?
Bruce, do you have that in,
I
or do we
believe-
need to bring a text?
I believe that's correct. We can do that, as Andrew said, administratively. So if you want to make that motion to
But do
change
we, I'm sorry, Bruce, do we need to make a text amendment to the regulations in order to facilitate that change?
I think you would, because right now it says site plan approval for.
Right.
Okay, so we'll make that
I think
change in
it's
the
site plan
chart.
approval for new locations.
Well, I haven't looked.
So in other words, a new building.
Right, yeah.
So we'll take a look at that if you guys are agreeable to it, and we could come forward with a more
Yes.
formal change.
Please do,
Yeah.
take a look
Okay.
at all of
Thank
them.
you.
Streamline the process.
Streamline the
I
process.
appreciate it, and I think it would be
Thank you.
more beneficial
Yes.
to the applicants and businesses in town.
Oh,
Question for you. At the same time, can you revisit the cafe distance so we can put that to bed as well?
Yes, yeah, yep, it's on my mind,
Okay,
yep.
thank you. What would your guess be on timeline? Next meeting or the following meeting?
I
'cause
don't
I'd
think
hate
we'll
to
have it
see
ready
a
for the next meeting.
Potential,
Well,
But you've made your point that you'd like to see
Okay.
it quickly. It won't
Thank
be at
you.
the next meeting.
has to be a public hearing.
I will, sure.
do the best you can.
Yeah, and we've got to put together some materials and evaluate it before we even get it to you, and then set it for a public hearing and that type of stuff. So I would say we probably could set a public hearing, if all goes well, in a month. Yeah, so
Okay.
it takes a little bit of time.
Yep, I
Apologize,
get it.
but-
The process, it eats days.
Yep,
I get it.
yep.
Okay, I just wanna make sure it stays on the front of the burner
Right.
instead of the back of the burner.
We are working on the background on this
Okay.
stuff, so.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Armstrong?
Yep, so we'll just roll
on
back
these.
to our agenda.
Yes.
And new business, accept and schedule new applications. We have, first off, application 2602, an application for a temporary event permit under section 6.3K of the Town of Cromwell zoning regulations to allow for the PGA Travelers Championship Golf Tournament event at 100 Golf Club Road. The applicant is Greater Hartford Community Foundation. The owner is Tournament Players Club of Connecticut Incorporated.
And when would you like that set for?
We would like to we would like a motion to set the public hearing for the March 3rd, 2026 Planning and Zoning meeting.
Okay.
Okay, question for you. Going forward, when I make these motions, would you like the entire thing read into the motion, or can I just say 2602, travelers?
Bruce, do you have an opinion on
Does, I mean,
I think the
for
latter of what
acceptance
you said would be
schedule, does it
acceptable.
matter?
I think it would be acceptable if you said that, but the correct application number that's associated with
Yeah,
the location, yes.
okay. So that being said, I'll make a motion to accept and schedule application 26-02, temporary event for the travelers for a public hearing on March 3rd.
Okay, that was by Nicholas, and all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Next up, we have application 26-03, application for a special permit for the Special Flood Hazard Overlay District under section 3.5A.23 of the Town of Cromwell zoning regulations for a mixed-use development at 100 Berlin Road and 15R Christian Hill Road. The applicant is Alpine Residential LLC. The owner is M360 Berlin Land Holdings LLC. And staff would recommend we schedule, make a motion to schedule this application for a public hearing at the March 3rd, 2026 meeting.
Okay, and I'll make a motion to accept and schedule application 2603, special permit flood hazard area, Alpine Holdings, public hearing on March 3rd.
okay. That was by,
We're taking Grasso.
right, whoever.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on.
Item C, application 26-04, special permit to modify an approved master plan under section 3.6C5 of the Town of Cromwell zoning regulations at 100 Berlin Road and 15R Christian Hill Road. The applicant is Alpine Residential LLC. The owner is M360 Berlin Land Holdings LLC. Staff would recommend that we schedule this application for the March 3rd public hearing as well.
And once again, I'd like to make a motion to accept and schedule 26-04, master plan for Alpine Residential, public hearing on March 3rd.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Item D, application 26-05, application for a site plan modification for a mixed-use development at 100 Berlin Road and 15R Christian Hill Road. The applicant is Alpine Residential LLC. The owner is M360 Berlin Land Holdings LLC. Staff would recommend that we make a motion to schedule this under new applications for the March 3rd meeting, not a public hearing.
Okay,
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept and schedule application 2605. Site plan modification, again, Alpine Residential, normal business on March 3rd.
second on that, please?
Second.
Okay, Richard? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you. And moving on to item E, application 26-06, application for a special permit for filling under section 5.6 of the Town of Cromwell zoning regulations at 100 Berlin Road and 15R Christian Hill Road. The applicant is Alpine Residential LLC. The owner is M360 Berlin Land Holdings LLC. And staff would recommend that we schedule this application for the March 3rd public hearing.
okay,
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept and schedule application 2606, special permit for filling, Alpine Residential, again, public hearing on March 3rd.
second, please? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, new business?
Moving on to new business, we have item A, release of performance bond number 1854A for Shoe Farm subdivision in the original amount of $334,000, I'm sorry, let me start that over. In the amount of $334,121.63, remaining balance of $33,489.99 with interest to be released.
And they have met everything,
Yes, and according to John Harriman, our town engineer, he has a memo in your packet that he is satisfied with the conditions. It's been a year and would recommend release of the bond.
okay, motion please?
Okay, I'll make a motion to release the performance bond for Shoe Farm subdivision in the amount of $33,489.99 plus interest,
As recommended.
as recommended by staff.
Okay, a second on that, please? Okay, Jonathan, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay. Let's see, moving on.
And moving on, we did hear item B. It was approved earlier this evening.
Right,
Moving on to public hearings, we have application 25-35, application for a special permit under section 5.6A of the Town of Cromwell zoning regulations to allow for crushing operations at 150 Sabethy Drive. The applicant is Galito Construction LLC. The owner is Rhonda LLC. These plans are still under review with staff at this time, and so we would recommend that we continue this to the February 17th public hearing.
right, but we don't have to because that was already approved at our last meeting for it to be held on February 17th. So that's already went through.
Okay, just as a, I guess,
Right,
point
as
of
a-
information, we will be continuing it, and those plans are still under staff
Right,
review.
thank you,
So do you need a motion to
No.
continue, or you're
No.
all set?
we're all set.
All set?
All set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's see here. So communication items, I've just got a few things to touch on
Yes.
tonight. Probably won't go too far in depth, but the River Cog survey, you all should have received that. I believe this is closed now, and we just wanted to make you aware of it. They're trying to get everyone's information. We sent that out to all the land use board commissioners. Hopefully you got a chance to do it. I believe it is closed at this point. Item B, commissioner training requirements. This is just a reminder, but also I need to get some information out to you about the opportunities for training. So I will do that shortly. Any questions on that, I guess, in the meantime? Any? Okay.
Did you find out anything about exemption?
I was looking at the original act, and I didn't see anything, so I don't know if it was amended, but I didn't find anything.
Okay.
So I don't believe that it is, but were you able to take a look, Commissioner Dimitriidis, by any chance? Yeah, okay. I would recommend that we do it. I believe that is the
think that-
standing policy, so. So I will get that information to you shortly.
thank you.
Item C is the State of Connecticut Housing Bill and Growth Plan, House Bill 8002. I've got this here as a standing item that I will continuously address and update you as I have information. At this point, I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole in detail when we're still gathering information and that type of thing, but I do want you to know that staff is working on this and planning for this in the background. We've attended some trainings. We're looking into our resources. I was on a CCM call last week, and I saw, I believe, Commissioner Dimitriidis was there and got some information as well. So great to see you there, and thank you. So more to come on that. I just want to keep that there as a reminder, and I will touch on it, and believe me, we are working on it.
Because, town planner, they are in flux as far as they're trying to change it, update it, make it better, worse, or whatever.
Yeah, so they're trying to clarify some things specifically that are a little bit ambiguous in the short session that's, I think, happening now or going through April.
Yeah.
And there's some, as a result of this bill, there will be some zoning regulation changes for some multifamily uses and other changes that we as the town will most likely be undertaking. There's the housing growth plan, and we will be working with our COG on that. And they are, I don't know if I briefed you on this yet, but they are interviewing consultants to help each of the COG towns with the housing growth plan. So that is wonderful news. We could really use that help. And there are some optional provisions out there as well. I'm not sure if we'll be able to take advantage of some of those, considering the various conditions and requirements. But there are zoning regulations changes, and there's the housing growth plan, and there's some optional provisions, and then there's some other kind of anecdotal stuff, hostile architecture and mobile homes and that type of stuff. But our biggest task is really the housing growth plan and changes to our zoning regulations. So we're working on that, and more to come.
Okay,
Can I just,
yes, go ahead.
so I know that they were going to post the session and the PowerPoint, but I haven't seen
They
anything
did.
yet.
Would you like that?
Yeah,
I
could
can
you s-
email it to you. I just got it. I haven't had a chance to
I was
rewatch
looking at
it.
it today, I haven't seen it. It's pretty much the one that the RiverCog did, but instead of having Megan, the one person, our RiverCog person presented, they split it up into 3 segments. And the only thing that I'm concerned overall is the issue of as of right commercial and parking. They're eliminating the parking. And I'm not saying, right, so I think that's an issue when it comes to developments of 3 or more, or less than 9, or whatever the numbers are.
I think it might be 16 units
Yeah.
or less.
Or less.
Less than unit.
Right, so anyways, those are things that we should just be aware of, because I know parking for us has always been an issue, making sure there's adequate parking when you're building these multifamily type of environments, but anyways.
Right.
And then the issue of, I think as you go further down, I'd just be curious about how and if we're going to designate any areas of our town as transportation districts, which is kind of fuzzy right now. too.
Right, yeah, that's
Anyways,
another thing
without
I'm trying
going
to dig
down
into.
the details,
And,
but those are things that I'd be interested in.
yeah, and we'll be looking for answers. That's part of it, something that we're definitely looking into. Do you have anything else to add to that?
Yeah, along the lines of what Nick brought up, the other concern that we'll be looking at with the commission is the sensitive traffic areas, which, as you know, you could designate.
Yeah, we
So
have one at
if-
Evergreen. They already talked about that. COG did. But maybe now with 2 feet of snow, 3 feet of snow, they may be looking at parking on the roads with a different eye.
Don't count on it.
Well,
I'm-
I think
I'm
to
making-
some extent, developers aren't gonna wanna build a project that, can't at least have some adequate parking. I would hope, because it's gonna be hard to sell and it's gonna be hard to manage.
No, if you take a look up in
Yeah, but Cromwell's not Boston, so.
well, I know, but you still have that mentality put on the, and I'm saying is, so what are you gonna do with the cars in the snow? We are New England.
So even though we have, let me turn this thing on. So even though we have present parking regulations, the legislature has come from on high and given us a mandate,
That's correct.
and our parking regulations are more restrictive than what they're proposing.
And most towns are in the same boat. We
So-
all have
But
regulations.
home rule doesn't
yeah.
kick in at some point?
No, this is the state overriding everything and really, forcing everyone in every town, city in the state to change. So, yeah, so we're all gonna have to adjust our parking for 16 units or less. We're all gonna have to look at our zoning regulations for commercial areas and allow mixed-use development as of right without a special permit.
As of right.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to go through our regulations line by line to make sure that we're compliant with these various rules, so. The zoning regulation change is coming first, the housing growth plan is out, I think, 27. So we've got some time on that, but, yeah, it's coming
Nobody
fast.
was, right, nobody was really aware of Desegregate Connecticut. That coalition is very, very powerful. And they're the ones that are behind all of these changes, and I've been watching it, and just saying is that, they're in with the developers, no matter how they wanna look at it. And all they're saying is it costs too much money to put in the parking. And I have written to them and all, and I said, so where are you gonna put the cars? I mean, and, where are you gonna put them on the streets?
So I will say, they have a hand in this push.
Oh, yeah. Big
But Connecticut is one state that is pushing zoning reform, but it's not the only state.
Yeah.
There's actually a nationwide push right
Well, yeah.
now, with many states pushing for zoning reform.
And
So
it's
it's
all-
kind of a real national movement.
And it's all for homeless.
No, it's not all for homeless. It's
Well, a
about
lot of it is what was
addressing
pushed
the housing
Right,
issues
affordable
here.
housing.
Affordable, and also just the housing crisis. There's not enough housing units out there to meet the demand. That type of thing. The things that we're seeing here in real life with real
No,
estate.
I understand,
so.
but I'm just saying is that when you have, who is going to pay? I just saw another house sold up on Northridge for $1 million in the town of Cromwell. I mean, amazing now. That house is now, a regular house, just plain old house, is now in the 700s to $1 million. Where when I came here, I mean, I'm old, I mean,
So
that
times
was
have
unheard of,
changed
right.
from when people used to be able to afford houses, and the average age of people buying homes today is 40 years old. And so there is a national housing crisis, and that's what's driving this national change, and also here in Connecticut.
You think there'll be a push for better public transportation if we don't use cars as much? I mean, I can hear the reasoning for 16 or less units if there's public transportation available.
Yeah.
I think that could go hand in hand.
Yeah, and they're trying to create transit districts in order to incentivize, people taking advantage of that and trying to plan around that. It may be difficult here in Cromwell, and I know in Connecticut in general, transit is not all that developed and that far along. But they are trying to encourage it, as part of this bill, if you can, and incentivize it, so.
Yeah, because when I was young and living in Hartford, you could get a bus every half hour or something.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any difference, but I'm just saying, well, no. But even in Hartford now, you can't get the same type of transportation that you used to be able to get. Not at all.
And
Even down in Middletown, it's very different,
And just for your information, according to the COG, we are a municipality that is considered having transit. Not every town and city in Connecticut has transit. They have a map, and we actually have transit, and then they have transit adjacent communities, and then they have communities that don't have any transit at all. I think we're near the major cities that we're able to kind of piggyback and get, transit.
I'm just curious, what transit are they claiming we have, other than the bus that goes up and down Main Street? That's the only transit I'm aware of.
It might be the only one. I
There's
don't
a
know if
We
you
commuter
also
line.
have a regional bus that goes from Middletown to Walmart,
Walmart,
and then I think back.
ShopRite, and all those
Where
places
does it drop off and pick up?
at Walmart.
Walmart,
There's a
ShopRite.
regional lot over by Walmart where, right, the regional parking, where you can get a bus there. Commuter parking. I
The
think.
commuter
Yeah,
parking
commuter
lot?
parking, yeah.
And you can get a bus there to go where?
That,
That's the
I've
question.
never taken that
Yeah,
bus,
so-
so I don't know where it goes to.
So Cromwell itself is pretty limited in transit.
It goes to Hartford. And you park your car there for the 8 o'clock bus or 7:30 bus to Hartford. And then you figure on when you're gonna get, before you could work from home, then you get out at 4 or 4:30, get on the bus and go back to the commuter parking lot.
There was one at the Labor Department we used to take when
Yeah,
I was going into
yeah.
Hartford. We'd drive to the Labor Department, take the bus into Hartford. We did that for games too, like Wolfpack
Yeah.
games and stuff, yeah.
So we do have transit, but it's not that robust. So, it's may not be something we can plan around per se, but, yeah, the bigger cities probably could, but, or towns, but not so much us. Or we'll find out, maybe we can. Yeah, yep.
Because I
So more
walked
to
from
come.
Newfield Street, across from Condren, all the way down to Middletown to get the bus, when I was expecting, to go to Hartford. But and no sidewalks. I did it once. But no, I'm just saying is, and this now, but Newfield Street is a major highway, major thing.
It is now.
Right,
Didn't used to be.
so is Willowbrook
Of
Road.
course, then again, Berlin Road also used to be a two-lane road, so.
So, but I think that, but thank you though very much for that.
No problem.
So just to end, switch the conversation real fast, I'm on Google Maps here, or Microsoft Maps, and Middlesex Health Primary Care Cromwell is listed as 70 Shunpike.
Yep.
And the other medical building that you were talking about is listed as 80.
The new one.
No,
No,
no, the new
no,
one,
Middlesex Health is 70.
that's the new hospital.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Middlesex
That's
Health.
what Ann originally
Medicine,
said.
yeah, Middlesex Healthcare, yeah.
So,
And the other one,
so the old building is 80 and the new building is 70.
yes,
Yeah,
the old building is 80
Right.
and the
And
new
the old
building
building
is 70.
is the
So
building.
It's the
that's getting
building.
new sign.
So, yeah,
Right,
it sounds
and
like
the-
it's
and the
correct.
old
But anyways,
building-
you guys double check it.
Okay.
right, the old building has become the developer's health center,
Yes.
because he owns the building and he owns
Good
the
for
lot.
him. I wish
He also owns the new building as well,
He owns the land.
yeah, but also the building. Okay, so anything else?
Do you want us to save this paper for March 3rd?
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yes.
So these were, we wanted to make sure to get you guys a plan to look at. Now, there might be some minor changes because staff is currently meeting and reviewing, meeting with the applicants today. We reviewed, with their engineer. But we're also, each staff member is working on their site plan review comments, so, there might be minor
Good.
changes, but we wanted to make sure you get a first look at this, so you're at least somewhat familiar with it. Then when the applicant gets up to talk about their changes,
And they're gonna have them on this, right?
I would think so, yeah.
So we really don't need to bring this back, is what I'm asking.
No,
No.
I would expect that you'll have a new revised plan at the next March 3rd meeting.
And also, it'll be
Good
up
point.
here, so we'll be able to see it.
And we did ask for a materials board, Alice.
Oh, no, but I'm just saying, it's up here,
Yeah.
and you can also make it bigger, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we'll ask them to do that.
Madam Chair, there's a good possibility, better than 70%, I won't be at the 17th meeting in February,
Oh, okay,
because I have to pick up someone from an airport.
oh, all right.
Thank you for the advance notice.
Thank you for the advance notice. And, minutes?
Okay. Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented unless anyone has any changes.
Anybody have any changes? Okay, if not,
We do have enough people.
right. Okay, name off the people who are to
So-
vote.
Alice, me, Ann, Jonathan, and Nick.
All in favor of the minutes as presented?
We need a second.
Okay, second.
Ann is second. All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And have a wonderful,
Commissioners' comments, anybody, anything?
and have a nice Valentine's Day, everyone.
Thank you,
I'll make
everyone.
a motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.
Yeah, who do you like for the Super Bowl?
Hey,
My team's not in it, so I don't care.
Andrew?
Yes, I'm sorry.
The only thing I'm
45
watching is the Budweiser commercial.